Okay, this video will show you how to program your calculator, and this will just be the setup that everyone will have to do for their calculator project. This setup will cover these lines right here. Okay, and every program should have these lines in it. Okay, some of them can be adjusted, but these are the suggested starting points. Okay, so if you notice, we're going to call this program face. So the first step is to show you how to create a program. So if you go to Program, which is in the center of your calculator, okay, it brings up Execute, Edit, or New. So we're going to create a new one. Now your programs are listed alphabetical, so we'll tell you about what we're going to want you to name your program. It will basically be your last name and period, or your first 7 letters of your last name and period. Um, we'll give you more details on that. So we're going to create a new one, so hit enter. And this program, though, we're just going to call face. Notice it has an A flashing on the cursor, which means it's already in uh, alpha lock. So we can just type out the word face. Hit enter. Puts us in a new program. Each line of the program starts with a colon. Okay, so every time you hit enter, it will automatically put in the colon. So our first step here is we want to put in clear draw. Okay, clear draw basically clears your screen so that there's no other drawings on it. So as you can see by the instructions, we need to go to second program, which is the draw command, and number 1 is clear draw. So second program, number 1 is clear draw. Okay, choose that, hit enter. We hit enter, new colons showed up. Okay, you're going to have a trig function, so typically we'll want radian mode. So just like changing it, you go to mode, move down to radian, hit enter. Hit enter again, start a new line. Okay, then we're going to have function. Okay, this tells it to put it in function mode. So again, that's under mode, and we're going to choose function, which is on the 1, 2, 3, 4th line, first item. Hit enter, there's function. Okay. Now these can be in any order you want. Um, most of these, you should have clear draw first, but everything else really doesn't matter which order we go in. But I'm going to do function off next, which is this step, so I can show you how to insert in between 2 lines. Okay, so function off basically tells it to turn off all your equations in your y equals screen so it doesn't graph any work that you may be doing in between programming. So we're going to go to vars, y vars, and number 4 is on off. Okay, so vars, scroll over to y vars, number 4 is on off, and number 2 is function off. Hit enter. Okay, so as you can see, I skipped axes off. Okay, let's say I want to go back and input axes off before function off, which it says to go to second zoom, which is format, and one of your options is axes off. So to insert, you can scroll up. Second delete is insert in blue. Hit enter. Okay, puts a line above it. Now we can go up, and we can go to second zoom, which again is format, and the 4th line, second column is axes off. Okay, we're turning off the axes because we don't want it to be in the middle of our picture. Okay, next we're going to turn off our plots in case you're in stats and are doing plot work, which again is second y equals, which is stat plot, and number 4 is plots off. Hit enter. Okay, and that's the initial setup. Next, we're going to set up our window. excuse me. So we want our x min and max to be negative 23.5 to 23.5, our y's to be negative 15.5 to 15.5, and the arrow means that's the store button. So I'm just going to type in negative 23.5. Make sure you use the negative, not the minus sign. Store is above on. And then to get to this x min, that is a variable, a window variable, and we're going to choose x min. So go to vars, go to window, which is the first option, and x min is the first option. So we're storing negative 23.5 into the variable x min. Hit enter, type in 23.5, store, vars, window, and x max is number 2. Hit enter, negative 15.5, store, vars, window, ymin is number 4, and 15.5, store, vars, window, ymax is number 5. Notice we didn't set the scale because we turned our axes off, so there is no scale to set because we're not going to see it. Okay, so that's your initial setup of your program. Every program should have these numbers in it. Okay, your window settings have been made to make your numbers relatively smaller and for your pictures to come out square so that your picture isn't elongated in either direction. Okay, next video we'll input all the equations and put text on our screen, and then I'll show you some shortcuts for moving around your program. So move on to the next video when you're ready.